I think look, I don't know what if you can even prognosticate this far or make a prediction like this, but I mean, there is no doubt in my mind, especially with the obsession with the Kennedys and the charm and charisma and leadership abilities of this guy, that JFK Jr. would have run for and probably become president of the United States. Do you agree with that?
I mean, it's the constant what if, in our book. And yes, of course, look, we don't know. But the question was definitely on a lot of people's mind at the end of his life. What do you think, Rose?
I think we had talked about him potentially running for governor at some point in
Mhm.
New York. And I know that Carolyn was aware of it and she was on board. I mean, she was supportive, but also I think Carolyn would have been a great campaigner. I think
Oh.
she would have actually loved it.
The series that Ryan Murphy has put out, written by Connor Hines, it really paints Carolyn as the one that if she got away would have been a disaster for him. It's really flattering, I think, to her. Everyone will have beef somewhere, but it's flattering to her and how much she was his equal, which was probably the biggest challenge for him. But it really painted her as someone who played hard to get with perfection. Do you recall that, Rosemary? Like, there's great scenes where he calls on her answering machine several times. And, back when we had those answering machines, she's listening to him go and she's in the room with her sister and she's like, yeah, no, not now, which is probably what he needed.
I think Carolyn did not want to be played, and she was not a girl who wanted to be one of many in any relationship, is my sense. And I think that, she understood how in demand John was and who he was. And I think she wanted to know if he was serious.
Do you remember him walking into the office at George Magazine, talking about her like just, God, she said these, would he talk, personally to you? You're sitting right, so
Yeah, I
close to
mean,
him and be like,
we had our personal conversations about it. I just remember when we were at George, I knew Carolyn was special because he always took her call and his sister's call. He always took. So I knew she was someone special. She wasn't just a friend or a fling, and that was consistent throughout the 5 years that I was with him.
what would, I mean, there's another great scene where he and a bunch of friends, and you guys, I think, talk about this, where they're all out for dinner, and he's like, I can't wait for you to meet Carolyn. Oh my gosh, she's really going to be special. She'll be here any minute now. And she shows up an hour late, and there's a seat there, and she's just, I think she sort of kept him off kilter a little bit, right? Which is, for a guy like that, who has nothing but opportunity, I mean, I don't think there's any other way. Maybe she had to, and she's just intelligent enough to know he can't have this easily.
I think she was really intelligent, and that was Jack Merrill in our book, who has so many great stories. But I think also Carolyn was not someone who was going to put her life aside for John at that time. So I think she probably was genuinely stuck at work or late because of some subway glitch, or went to have a drink with a friend and realized, uh-oh, I got to get out of here. But